If you're seeing this, it's on your page for a reason. Just stop and listen for a slight second. If you don't realize that God understands that it is very, very hard to go through the human experience, and what I mean by human experience is it's very hard to follow God when you have problems in reality and you can't see him all the time. When things are not always clear, when things don't make sense, it's like my whole life is falling apart. I'm praying, I'm going to church, I'm fasting, I'm doing all these things, and there seems to be zero change, or I am now worse off than where I started. And oftentimes the hardest thing to do in those moments is to listen to someone tell you to go talk to God about it, to go pray about it. And you're like, I have real life issues. I need somebody to help me now. I need a physical interaction. I need this now, not later. This is not going to work for me. And oftentimes that puts you in a place of heartache and a tear, and it almost adds a divide, if not literally, between you and God, because it's like, God, I need you now. And every time it seems like you show up, it's always later. Though it is appreciated, it always is appreciated, it still is hard as a Christian to walk around knowing and seeing, even experiencing yourself, the heartaches, the hardships, the problems, the mental stress and ache of living in poverty, or not having enough, or going without food, or having too much and having to manage it all. The human brain was not made to be alone. And when you try to experience everything, and when you realize everything is conditional, and then you start seeing life for what it is, it makes it a lot harder to believe and trust God. But when you do, and if you do during this process, you come out believing in him and trusting him a lot stronger than you ever have. Because the one thing that is not conditional is God's love for you. The one thing that will never be on a conditions based is God loving you. The one thing that will always be there, in spite of how you treat it, in spite of how you talk to him, in spite of how you whether you believe in him or not, whether you talk to him or not, is going to be God. He's always there because he's always existing. He's always enveloping everything, in everything, through everything, because of everything. The reason everything exists is because God does. So take the time to look at the small individual things in your life, like really, and analyze the very, very smallest of details and see whether or not you're actually alone, and whether or not God actually answered you faster, later, now, whenever. But just learn to appreciate, or just take the time to yourself to really envelop or plunge yourself into the mindset of Christ and see what is life really about. Where are you at? What do you need? How far can you go? What are the limits to your faith? And what is God doing in your life? I know this was a long video. If you don't mind sharing this to somebody who's having a struggle, that would be amazing. If not, hey, oh well. I'm trusting God to get this out to whoever needs to be in front of, whoever needs to see this. If you need a hand, somebody to talk to, etc., feel free to message anytime. Have a good one.